It's the scariest news imaginable. According to Variety, Bryan is backing away as showrunner for Star Trek Discovery. The new Star Trek series was originally planned to launch with CBS's streaming service, however, it seems that Fuller's duties on the upcoming adaptation of American Gods and the reboot of Amazing Stories have pushed him past his limits. Discovery has already suffered one delay and is now scheduled for May of 2017. With another delay looming, Fuller has been forced to hand over the reins of the show to another in order to stay on schedule. But even scarier, in Fuller's place will be Akiva Goldsman, who produced Jonah Hex and wrote the screenplay for Batman and Robin. Okay, yeah, he's also got an Oscar for writing A Beautiful Mind and did some good work on Fringe, so it looks like Star Trek is playing Russian roulette with this guy. On the upside, Fuller will still stay involved with the production, so this means Star Trek Discovery probably won't see another delay. Over in video games, this week saw fans of Sonic the Hedgehog come together for the annual Sonic Amateur Games Expo. Fans of the franchise presented their best fan games and ROM hacks to celebrate the speedy blue hedgehog, but one game in particular seems to have caught the internet by storm. Sonic Utopia is a fan game developed by a quartet of amateur developers that translated the classic 2D gameplay into an ambitious 3D open world. While there have been plenty of 3D Sonic games, both official and unofficial, Sonic Utopia presents the game on a scale rarely seen. Hitting theaters this week, there's magic in the air with Doctor Strange. An arrogant genius suffers a crippling injury and must remake himself away from civilization in order to develop fantastic new powers and... wait, no, wrong movie. The one I'm talking about stars the guy that played Sherlock Holmes. No, this one has the funny black sidekick. For crying out loud, the one with the crazy kaleidoscope effects. There we go. Crippling injury, fantastic new powers, funny black sidekick, got it. Doctor Strange, the latest movie from the studio of ideas. I just kid because I love. After all, what else are you gonna see? Trolls? I'm not saying that an animated musical about a 90s fad necessarily has to be terrible. I mean, at least it looks better than Angry Birds. Coming out this week on PC is a score of spooky games, starting with Creepy Castle. Cute looks aside, this game apparently features a series of retro-style scenarios with different mechanics, from turn-based RPG combat to run-and-jump platforming. Next up, Haunted Halloween 85 certainly lives up to its name. Another retro-style horror game, this is an NES-era beat-em-up that's so authentic you can actually buy the game on a real NES cartridge. For something a little more modern, this week's incredible-looking 2D platformer is Owlboy, and I hope somebody out there has enough time to give this game the attention it probably deserves. And speaking of needing more free time, put on those nostalgia goggles and get ready for Digimon Masters Online. I can't imagine that a free-to-play MMO would live up to expectations, but you never know. And finally, head out into space with Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. The game that inspired one of the most disliked trailers in history is here, so strap in and get ready to kill people in zero gravity. But wait, there's more! For just $20 more, you can get the Digital Legacy Edition, which comes with a remaster of the original Call of Duty Modern Warfare. And that's before we even get into all the DLC. And while this week was light on news, it was heavy on cool videos, so let's take a look, starting with this week's CGBros video, Dustin. It's the thrilling story of a dog that encounters its worst nightmare, a sentient vacuum cleaner. For this week's first awesome video, we have Sidekick, a short film from Jeff Cassidy starring some familiar faces if you're a fan of genre television.
But it was no match for Captain Strong, because Strong lived for more than punching and fighting, you see. This is actually a love story.
Wait, what? Disgusting. I don't want to hear a love story. What happened to the assassination droid?
But if you're looking for something a little scarier for Halloween, there's the 2016 presidential election. So let's get political with a trio of videos contrasting Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump. First, Saturday Night Live concluded their trilogy of debate parodies, although it can sometimes be hard to tell the difference between the parody and the real thing.
What has she been doing?
Oh, Donald, no, Donald, don't set her up this way.
I'd be happy to talk about the last 30 years.
Oh, no, not again.
Back in the 1970s, I worked for the Children's Defense Fund.
Yes, we know.
Then I was a senator in New York on 9/11.
Yeah, we get it,
And then I was Secretary of State, and I don't know if you've heard this before.
We have.
Next up, Epic Rap Battles of History released their much-anticipated take on the presidential race.
You wanna break the glass ceiling, Hillary, I sense it. The only crack you'll find is my ass pressed against it.
And while the previous two videos may have expressed a little bit of bias about their preferred candidate, Paint presented a pretty even view of them while keeping up a nice melody.
Vote for me, 30 years in the game, and although Clinton's my name, I'll be damned if I let Amanda find the rest of my days. See, my business is booming, I'm entrepreneur and fighting fires with your fire, tired of waiting for the legislature.
Getting away from the politics, we have Nukazuka, who released a scary look at what actually happens when you hear that Super Mario Bros. Death music. And finally, a friendly reminder that the Pokemon channel is still putting out Pokemon Generation shorts. This week's video is appropriately timed as a lost trainer and her Chansey find themselves trapped in Pokemon Diamond and Pearl's old chateau. That's everything for this week, so what are your Halloween plans? Let me know in the comments. Be sure to like and subscribe, pass this video around to your friends, and have a happy Halloween!